Why is the top wick so important? Because a top wick means a wick in general means a range, right? So when you look at higher time frames and you have wicks, when you drop to a smaller time frame, you're gonna realize that those wicks are ranges. Go do it right now. Check your charts. Check any candle with a wick, with a steep wick, right? With the wick fill, you're gonna notice that that candle, like let's say it's a 4-hour candle with a top wick, you're gonna notice that like the 515 and such will print a range, right? So when you have a wick, you have a range. When you have no wick, you have no range. And when you have no range, you also have no range to drive, which means that the probability of you driving up is a little lower than if you were to have a wick. When you have a wick, you have a range to fill. When you fill the range, you're likely are going to continue passing and filling and breaking out of that range, right? So, I mean, we drawn this concept a lot of times already, but like for instance, like when you do have a wick here, right? If this were to be like, let's say a 4-hour candle, if you were to come down to the 1-hour candle, you're gonna see candles looking like this. And then all of a sudden you're gonna have a bearish candle at the end, right? But that bearish candle prints your range. Where's the range from? The range is now from like here, top of the resistance, to down here, following the range. So this now becomes your range. So when you come up to fill the wick, right, to the left on the 4-hour candle, on the 1-hour candle, all you're doing really is you're printing bullish candles as support to retest the highs and come up to fill the range. But when you don't have a wick, right, you're closing like this. You're closing right at resistance. And when you close right at resistance, you don't know where your support's going to be before ripping up. And if you don't even close above the range and you just continue to pop back down to the bottom of the range, then now this candle's not going to flip and it's going to continue breaking structure to drive down further, right? So that's what happens when you don't have a wick. So that's why I want to see a wick here. It's not just like a low wick, just a wick in general to give you a range, right?